All right, guys, welcome to Kitchen Daddy. This week we're making a lovely, rich and hearty cottage pie for these wonderful winter evenings. We're going to take some ground beef and we're going to slowly caramelize that to get a wonderful, deep, meaty flavor into this dish. When they're going to cook that slowly in red wine and beef stock and, of course, a little dash of Worcester sauce. Guys, this is a family classic. And I reckon we need to take our time and show you how to do it for a spectacular family meal. So come on, let's get into it. Right, to kick things off, let's get a large pan on a nice medium gentle heat. Now I'm going to finely dice 1.5 onions. Let's add a splash of oil, get the onions in the pan, and we're going to start sweating them. Next, I need a couple of sticks of celery, which we're just going to finely chop. Let's get them in with the onions, and I'm going to peel 2 carrots, chop them into a small dice. Now let's get them in the pan with everything else. Let's add a good pinch of salt and a knob of butter as well, just to help that along, and we're going to cook that for probably about 5 minutes. Okay, I've got 3 packs of ground beef here. They're roughly about £1 each, so 3 pounds, 1.5 kilos of lean ground beef. The veg, that looks great, so let's start getting all that beef in. Now guys, this is the only important part of this week's recipe because I want to develop a real deep, meaty flavour in the pie and in the gravy, and to do that, we've got to cook the ground beef properly. Now, a lot of people, they don't really know how to cook ground beef properly, and they kind of get it messed up a lot because it does take about 35, maybe even 40 minutes to do it all absolutely bang on. So I'm going to show you how to do it. And to start off with, we need to cook it on a nice kind of like medium gentle temperature. And what that's going to do, that's going to drive off all of this liquid. And it's really important that we want to kind of evaporate that. We want to allow that to escape and evaporate. And then as that does, you're going to be left with just the fat in the pan and the meat. And then the meat can start caramelizing. Just like cooking a steak, the more caramelization, the better the sear on the steak, the better the deep flavor, which is what we're looking for. So to do this and to do this properly, I mean, you could do it quite quickly. It doesn't really work. Take your time, gentle heat, 30, 35 minutes. You can leave it pretty much, to be honest, like for the first kind of like 15 minutes or so. So when it gets to this point, which is this really lovely caramelization, you can add in some fresh herbs. So I'm going to add in some bay leaves and some thyme. Now we're going to move that around for about another 5 minutes. You may need to add some more butter. I'm going to add some more butter in here, and then just keep moving it around. And you're going to be able to hear it. It's going to be frying. You're going to hear the, of the beef frying in the fat. And then I'm going to add in about 5 or 6 cloves of garlic, which I've just roughly chopped up as well. Now we're going to fry them. They're the last things. We're going to put those in for maybe 2 or 3 minutes until they become lovely and aromatic. Once that's done, we need to grab a tin of tomato paste. Let's get that in, drop the temperature right down, and we're going to cook that out for about 5 minutes. Okay, that is looking great. It smells amazing. So I'm going to pour over about half a bottle of red wine. Now, guys, every time I cook with wine or alcohol, you guys get in the comments and say, do I have to use it? And the answer is, no, you don't. You honestly don't have to use it. You know, I like to cook with alcohol because I feel it adds more depth of flavor. But if you don't drink or, you know, if you don't use alcohol, do not worry about it. Just double up with beef stock. Yeah, so just add in more beef stock, and we're going to do that in a minute. So first thing before we add our beef stock, we need to cook this out. So I'm going to drop the temperature down. We're going to cook that down until the wine has reduced by about half. Okay, that is looking and smelling fantastic, guys. So to make our lovely meaty gravy, we're going to add in a couple of handfuls of flour here. Let's mix that all together. We want to try and cook that through a little bit, make sure it's all well combined. And then we can add about 1 litre, so 2 pints of beef stock. And guys, I'm just using shop-bought beef stock for this. It's like a bouillon that you get in a jar. And what I've done, again, because I want it really solid and meaty, I've probably put in double the amount of stock in there. So definitely, you know, add a little bit more, make it really beefy and hearty. And again, guys, if you're not going to use the red wine, just add in a little bit more beef stock as well. We're going to let that cook for, I don't know, probably about 10-15 minutes until it's just gently reduced down and thickened up. Come on, that is looking absolutely amazing. So let's have a little taste. Fantastic, absolutely fantastic, guys. We got to finish it though. And no cottage pie is complete without a real good dash of Worcester sauce as well. So let's give that a good few glugs. You know, there you go, guys. I mean, you'll get it. You know, we're not going to do tablespoons or teaspoons of this. It's going to be a few glugs of Worcester sauce. Let's give that another taste. Oh. Perfect. Guys, that's absolutely great. So let's just grab a bag of frozen peas. We're going to pour them in, mix them all together, and then we're going to add our mashed potato. Right, here we go, guys. I've got the mother load of mashed potato here. Now, I have taken the liberty in assuming that you know how to make mashed potato. If you don't, and you want me to show you how to make mashed potato, get in the comments. We'll make that happen for you. We might do that as a separate video that you can find on the website once I finally get round to actually putting the website live. Now, ideally, what I would have done, guys, I would have let this cool down. In fact, I probably would have put that in the fridge once it was cool, let it all firm up, let it set, and then it's so much easier to add your mashed potato on like this. But we are in a rush, and you can give me a pass on this anyway, can't you? So let's grab a spatula, and what we want to do is put mashed potato all the way around the edge. First of all, build your edges. Doesn't matter what pan you use, always build your edges with the mashed potato, and then you can go into the center. Now let's grab a fork. We want to make some beautiful patterns going round in the circle there. And now I'm going to grab a mixture of egg and butter. We're going to brush that all over so we get a lovely golden crust on there. Let's grab the fork again. Let's give that a little flick up. Make sure we've got some little spikes which are going to go lovely and crusty. Crusty, lovely and crispy. Crispy, we don't want crusty food, we want crispy food. That's what we want. And to finish it off, we're going to sprinkle over some beautiful Maldon sea salt and some cracked black pepper. Let's get that in the oven, 375 degrees Fahrenheit. That's roughly about 180 degrees Celsius. We're going to cook that for about 30 to 35 minutes until the mashed potato is beautiful and golden and the pie is bubbling and hot. Come on, guys, look at this. Oh, it smells so good. And tell you now, I've clearly already had a bit of it. We need to top this up again. It tastes absolutely amazing. Here we go. Here we go. Ready? Oh, you beautiful. Guys, the red wine adds a lovely depth of flavour. A bit more character to it. Again, optional. If you don't want to have it in there, don't have it in there. Don't worry about it. But caramelizing that meat is the most important thing in this. So just take your time and do it properly. Anyway, I'm going to enjoy the rest of this. Get in the comments, give us a thumbs up, and I will see you next week. Take care. Bye-bye. Whoa, hang on, mate. If you enjoyed this video, I've got 3 options for you. Check out the Kitchen Daddy website over here, subscribe to our YouTube channel right here, and then check out another Kitchen Daddy video right by here. But why not be a legend and do all 3?